It's Saturday the 17th of May. This is Mossley near Ashton in Lancashire. Today is the final of the FA Challenge Trophy.
Can we get your group together, lads? Here. Any more coming on? Okay. Good. Can you hold your mascots up like that? Okay. Raise them up a bit higher, okay? That's it. Thanks a lot. What's the little one?
Is this the first time you've been to see Mossley this season?
Oh no, I was treasurer for 20 years. I was treasurer for 20 years. From 1953 to 1974.
Treasurer?
Of what?
Of the club. Of the club he was.
I could have gone down with the official party, you know, and all this kind of thing. But going down with the family, I decided to come this way, you know.
Oh, yes, are you?
Oh, bloody hell.
We might not distracted her.
Oh, no.
Rugby, London, please. 2-0, green for Mossley. Today.
I wish it could be like this every week. You know, being able to just sit here and look after him in general. But in your big games, you've got forever walking up and down the train, keeping an eye on them. You can't turn your back half the time. Where on this, it's as I say, it's more of a family.
It's a very relaxed atmosphere on a family train, whereby the atmosphere on a big football train can be quite electric, you know, can be quite tense. It's something to give up your Saturday to come with a family, and it's something again to go with a ramble.
I think really it's like myself. I mean, I went as a child to support them, and I think there'll be a lot of people like me who've taken an interest over the years, just read the paper and say, oh yes, Mossley doing well, or oh, they're having a bad season. And I think, like, I go with my parents, and that's it.
Don't know much about Mossley. I don't know much about Dagenham. But from what I've heard of some of the lot on the train, you know, they're convinced that Mossley's going to win. They're written by 3. I don't know.
The only thing I know about Dagenham is the Guild Pipers.
I know Dagenham came up to Stalybridge and they beat Stalybridge on their own ground 5-0. But there again, they're in a lesser league than the Northern Premier. And I think if you compare that 5-0 defeat of Stalybridge with Altingham's defeat of 5-1 by Mossley, I think we've just got in our favour today.
Sing all 3 strings, isn't it?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
Alright, Keith? Yes. We're for 2 here. Everybody's feet alright? Yeah. No problems? No tightness, Dave, is there? No tightness? No. Yeah. I'm bit to nothing now, you bloody lot. You want a rub bomber? Hey, Kevin, you have to run, are you?
Yeah, I've got him, yeah.
Right, your jumper, John. Got to do that credit today, John. Quick talk now. Yes, Keith. Just a game of football, this, lads. Just a game of football. Time now, 2:30. Yes. Where is it? Toilet? Right.
I'll give you a shout. They've got to go, be ready about quarter to. It's got about 15
When you say
minutes.
about, will you say dead on? Or?
Well, you know, I usually give you about.
I'll
I'll tell you when it's about 5 minutes to go. You know, I'll give you a warm.
All right, Mr. Bird.
But I should be about now. If there's anything you need, just give me a shout.
Thanks very much indeed. Yeah, thank you. Right, lads, we've done it all now. There's not a lot to talk about. Any questions? Oh no. Don't be ashamed to ask. Don't think if it's a daft question, ask it. If it's got to be asked, let's say it. Sorry, Jimmy?
Have they got the team?
The team now is their team is what we talked about is the number 7, the centre midfield man is substitute. That is one we had high regard for. Obviously he's still perhaps not fully recovered from the injury, and the one who's only played one game as substitute over the last few weeks, Durrell, who we dead little on because he'd only played about a quarter of an hour, hadn't he? For one game. He is in the centre of midfield. Today we'll find everybody out. Not so much because of the ground, because like I said, it's only grass. You're only playing on what you've always played on, except for the last few weeks. It's certainly what you kick off on in August and September, so it's nothing different. The goalposts are quite the same, there'll be no difference in that. It's just the surrounds, the atmosphere is what will put tension in, not the ground. You know, but obviously we're used to big pressure, so that won't bother us. So any more questions? Right, well I'll repeat what I said before we left. The team that wastes the ball, the team that runs with the ball, will lose the match. The team that uses the ball accurately, the team that does not run with the ball, in other words run without the ball, make the pass do the work and not the legs, and run without the ball, that team will win the match. John?
No.
No toilet? Good. Alan? John?
I might go again.
John? Don't forget you've got a right foot, you know, John. Another thing, just because you're playing at Wembley, don't be frightened to put it in the stand if you have to do. We don't change. We don't change. We're not looking for anything delicate. And suddenly start bringing things into the game that I've never seen before, just because we're at Wembley. Do not let us stray away from what we're good at. That is the strength. Not straying away from what we're good at. But with it being a particularly hot day, you must use the ball as accurately as possible. Minimum chasing. Our fitness, which should stand us in good stead. We can't get an assessment of Dagenham's fitness, but we know that we're fit enough.